Hi, I'm Dr. Hilary Jones, and some of you might have seen me on GMTV talking about medical things and health. Well, I really wanted to introduce this video about Northern Lights because I've learned through personal experience just how fantastic the work of the charity can be. Northern Lights is a small charity run by volunteers on the Wirral and in Durham, helping children with life-limiting illnesses who live in the north of England by taking them on a holiday of a lifetime to Lapland. Well, GMTV and I joined them on one of their trips. The films were broadcast in December 2003. The charity has decided to use the footage because it contains all the information that they want to provide to potential fundraisers and donors. So without further ado, here's more about the work of Northern Lights. Now, it's rather early on a Saturday morning at Manchester Airport, and these lucky children are jetting off to see an international superstar, a celebrity who travels the world and has even more fan mail than Eamon Holmes himself. So Adam, this famous person, what does he look like?
He's got a pointy hat and he's got a bobble on his hat. He wears a red suit. He's got a white beard and he's got a suit on.
What does he do?
He gets all the presents and drops them off to all the boys and girls.
Have you guessed who we're going to see? Who are we going to see?
Father Christmas!
Snow is falling, snow is falling.
For these 10 children, this is a trip of a lifetime. It's a welcome break from their frequent visits to hospital where they've been treated for life-limiting illnesses such as leukemia and brain tumours. They're here thanks to the charity Northern Lights, and this year I decided to join in the fun. It's minus 10 degrees here in the Arctic Circle, and it's only just got light at 10:30 in the morning. In 4 hours' time it'll be dark again. That doesn't give us long to find Santa.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, the snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland.
The charity was set up 18 years ago in memory of Christopher Johnson, who died of a brain tumour. Since then, more than 300 children have benefited from the fund. So tell me, Jake, which of all those brilliant rides did you like best?
The snowmobile.
The snowmobile. It's cool, wasn't it? Do you have a good driver? Wasn't me then.
No matter, we can build a snowman.
Jordan has been treated for stomach cancer at the Royal Victoria in Newcastle. When you're not here and you're back home in the hospital having your treatment, what's that like? What's the best of the treatment, if there is a best?
You get to sit in a room, don't go to school and just play on the computer and do anything you want.
Oh, so that's okay. And what's the worst of it? Because sometimes it must be awful, isn't it?
Well, getting tuned up to a drip, because when I'm not on my drip, I'm allowed to go out.
I had one consultant call me and he just said to me, what do you do to these children? He said, they leave here, he says, they're pale, they're wan, they're very ill. He says, they come back, he said, a week later, he says, they've got rosy cheeks, they're full, they're buoyant.
Though you know.
Well, it's 2 o'clock, and as you can see, the sun is already going down. We can't find Santa anywhere, no sign of him at all, and to be honest, I can't even see the children. I don't know where they are. Oh, right, I'm going to get you. Oh, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. Oh, I am. Oh.
Just whistle while you work, and cheerfully together we can tidy up the place.
When GMTV sent me out to work in Lapland, I had no idea they had this in mind.
Hurry up, hurry up!
Yeah, and that's their idea of the National Elf Service. It's the busiest time of the year here in Santa's village. One British tour operator will fly over 1,700 children out to Lapland to meet Santa and his elves. But it's the children from the charity Northern Lights they look forward to meeting most.
There's moments with them. One little boy one year, Santa asked, will you be coming back? And he said, I hope so. You know, and it sort of sticks with everybody.
Adam, what would you really, really like from Santa?
A reindeer.
A reindeer? A real one? Chloe, your list hasn't got very far, but I'm sure you've got ideas. What would you like from Santa?
Electric scooter.
Electric scooter, fantastic. Anastasia?
5 husky dogs.
5 husky dogs. All right, why not?
Man, it doesn't show
The charity has been bringing
signs of
children with
stopping
life-threatening
and
illnesses to
dropping
Lapland for 18 years.
slow.
Many of them have sadly since passed away, but they've left behind some very special memories.
A little girl from North Wales that sticks in my mind forever. She'd had lots of problems with the leukemia and everything else, and her legs had actually broken, and they'd put metal pins into her legs so that we could actually bring her with us. And she was determined that on the party night she was going to walk to Santa. And if you'd seen that child actually get out of the wheelchair and walk to Santa to get her present, and Santa just gave her a big hug and a big cuddle, absolutely brilliant.
Well, finally, the big moment has arrived. We're actually going to meet Santa himself. Let's go.
When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Anything your heart desires will come to you.
Will you come to our party tomorrow?
What time?
8 o'clock. Please, please.
Okay. But no one could have prepared us for what happened next. A very special moment with some very special children. You see those lights?
Look like rainbows.
It's,
When they move like that.
yeah, that is the Aurora Borealis, the Northern Lights, and you're very lucky to see that. You hardly ever see that. It's magical. And what did you think of seeing Santa?
It's good. It's very far. It's good.
He's good, isn't he?
It makes a tremendous difference to them. You take them away and they're sort of quiet little kids. You take them back home, you can't stop them talking, their eyes are shining. It really does wonders for them.
Watching the video recording of that trip to Lapland takes my breath away every time I see it. When we left Manchester Airport, I saw a gaggle of quiet, apprehensive children who had something of a defeated look about them. Chronically sick children who had to endure serious illness and the relentless, uncomfortable medical care that goes with it. The boundaries of their lives were all too often confined by the proximity of their local hospital. But within hours of arriving in Lapland, all that changed. During those precious days, they experienced all the fun, frolics and freedom that other children enjoy as a given right. In the company of huskies and reindeer, in the snow, at Santa's house, at the Arctic ceremony, the kids enjoyed a wonderful, magical fantasy. Watching them laugh, play on toboggans, on snowmobiles, I was frequently moved to tears. I was also moved to tears when the GMTV producer directed them to pelt me with snowballs just as I finished filming a piece to camera. They were really good at that. But when they came back, their specialist doctors often asked, "What did you do to the children? They're amazing, so happy, so positive, so full of life." Well, in a way, it's a fantastic addition to their treatments. I've pledged my allegiance to the charity now because once you've seen what it does, there's no going back. It really does make a big difference. And being there with those wonderful kids changed me as well as it did them. The trips take a lot of organisation and require funds, so please put your hands in your pockets and support Northern Lights as generously as you can. If you'd like to know more or wish to contact Northern Lights, here are the details you need. Thanks for watching.